Set actually to somebody that I started doing sketch comedy with on this very stage 8 years ago who passed away yesterday. So this is a good place to do comedy. All right, so a little about myself. I have crippling social anxiety and a fear of being judged by others. Thank you all. So my therapist thought that sketch comedy that stand-up comedy and sketch comedy and comedy of all kinds would be good for that, putting myself in front of people and, you know, sweating and talking about myself. Apparently she just didn't want to listen to me anymore. So I'm here doing that now. I kind of feel like that's the equivalent of telling a guy who gets nervous and queasy around blood, you know, gets really frozen up in medical situations, that becoming a paramedic would be a good way for him to work on building himself up. So, you know, I just imagine that's a rather large body count just for Steve to step outside of his comfort zone for a little while. But I don't know. Sorry, Grandma. But speaking of medical type situations, I was recently invited to my first Botox party, which it's a nice change of pace from all the Pampered Chef parties I get invited to, because I have entirely too many pizza cutters for someone whose pizza comes to her already cut in a box. So, whole drawer of them. I don't even know what they're there for. But yeah, and you know, Botox party. I'm almost 36, so I was thinking, you know, maybe it's time to do something with the cavernous grooves I've been developing in my forehead. But I was thinking something more along the lines of like bangs. Grab a pair of my kids' craft scissors, and voila, I'm 10 years younger. It's like magic. I've learned a lot of things from my kids and their use of scissors. You know, they cut their hair all the time. It's awesome. Something else I've learned. My daughter's going to be at 11 next week, so having a 10-and-a-half-year-old daughter, I have recently discovered that we no longer require Google in our house because she knows everything. I never realized how stupid I was until I had a preteen daughter, and suddenly my master's degree is just like toilet paper because she knows everything. I also have a 13-year-old son. He's awesome. He has autism, and so people are curious. I get a lot of interesting questions from people. No, my 13-year-old cannot help you with your blackjack game. Definitely not. So a lot of people are not 80s babies out here. God, I am old. But yeah, another question that I get it's an interesting question is and it kind of threw me off the first 4 times that I was asked it. After a while I got used to it. But what tricks can he do? Because apparently if you have autism, you can do tricks. So I started answering them in kind because that's what you do. So my answer to them is usually along the lines of, well, we've got him down to shaking hands, and we got him to sit. You know, he's housebroken, which is great, but we still have to kennel him at night because he likes to chew on the couch pillows. And I get exactly the reaction I'm hoping for from them. They never talk to me again, which is awesome. That's you know, I kind of feel like we're at this point where social media is making us kind of garner a better understanding of mental health issues and whatnot, and then people start talking to me, and I quietly uncheck that box because I realize they don't. But speaking of mental health, that's why I'm here, obviously, right now, with the help of my fantastic therapist. But at least while y'all are here listening to me talk about my interesting life, right now there is an old lady named Gladys who just hit her life alert button, and Steve is the paramedic who's on his way to come save her, so I guess R.I.P. Gladys. Thank you.